Всем привет! Today I'd like to tell you about three of my favorite artists. They are not Russian. The first one is Swedish, the second one is American, and the third one is a British artist. Maybe you will find something common in their art, so I think that's not really surprising because that's why I loved all three of them, and maybe that tells something about my tastes or something like this. I will be happy if you will find something new in this video, if you can see their works, know about them, or maybe you already know about them, and that's also good. Maybe you love these artists and we will find something in common. So let's begin with the first one. This is Swedish artist Carl Larson. I know that he is quite popular in Sweden, but I'm not sure about some English-speaking countries or some other world. His the most popular works are watercolors, where he shows his everyday life of him and his family. He was married, married the woman Karin Larson. She was an interior designer, and they had 8 children. They lived in a country house, had their garden, their household, and actually that what was his art about their everyday peaceful village life. And he showed his children, himself, his wife, and also he took a lot of attention to interiors. He and his wife, they decorated their house by themselves, and as far as I know, Carl Larson was forefather of minimalistic Swedish style, which was basic things for IKEA design, for nowadays IKEA design. So Carl Larson invented the new design interior for homes, which were light, minimalistic, and straight, and all that stuff. The second one is American artist named Tasha Tor. As I know, I'm not sure, but as I know, she had Russian roots, and her name was Natasha. Or maybe she didn't have, but her parents loved Russian literature or something like this, but her full name was Natasha, and Tasha is a short version of her name. She lived in 20th century in New England, and she also was a book illustrator. She painted using watercolors or pencils or something like this. Her pictures are also very light and brightful. The interest in her personality was the thing that she lived in 20th century, but she decided to live like if they were 19th century. So she dressed like that. She had a house where everything was like in the 19th century. She kept her household, so she cooked like in the 19th century, baked the bread, sewed the clothes, and made the furniture by herself. So she did everything like in the 19th century. She had also 4 kids, and she lived with them in the cottage in some kind of village here. She had corgis, and corgi was the one like her special special thing in her picture. You can almost always find corgi in her illustrations, and again, her art is all about her everyday life, her household, her kids, the nature around, and I just love that. Again, it's about some kind of everyday happiness. I even have her cookbook. She illustrated it by herself, and there are the recipes. I tried to show you. I translated it when I was younger. Well, that's her illustration, that the recipes, and mostly they are like, she recommends to do everything like if you live in the village or in the 19th century, but I actually couldn't. Actually, I never cooked anything from here, but it was really interesting just to see the illustrations, to read it. So for me, that's some kind of work of art of an artist. I regret about buying this, but actually it was expensive because I ordered it from USA by Amazon, and that was expensive because in Russia almost no one knows about her. And the third artist is the most popular, I guess, in the world. I almost sure that you know her. That's Beatrice Potter. She is an illustrator too. So I was in love with her illustrations since I was a kid. I had a book. She also wrote fairy tales and made pictures to them. So like actually Tasha Tor did, and I guess that Larson also wrote some stories. So they all are about very similar things. And I had the book of Beatrice Potter, the fairy tales of Tabitha Cat or something like this, and I loved her picture. They're super nice, super calming and positive, and they are very light too. So they are not about her everyday life, but they are about everyday life of some these small and tiny animals, and about their household, how they cooking and keeping all this small stuff like in old 19th century England. So that's super cool. I really like it. So I guess that's all I can say. So I hope this video was interesting and informative for you again. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Пока-пока.